Ladies and gentlemen, big development today, a big day in India's fight against terror. Israel has declared the Pakistan government-supported terrorist group Lashkar-e-Taiba as a terrorist organization. Let's debate.
In the week on the run-up to the 15th commemoration of the deadly 2008 26/11 terror attacks in Mumbai, Israel has banned Lashkar-e-Taiba. 4 Israelis were amongst the 166 people killed by the terrorists in the deadly attacks as the terrorists attacked the Shabbat house. Lashkar-e-Taiba, the terror organization behind the attack, has been banned by Israel, calling it a deadly and reprehensible terror organization. Hafiz Saeed, the mastermind behind the terror attack, has still not been brought to justice for the dastardly terror attacks. Israel's ban comes just a month after Prime Minister Modi called for a global consensus on terror.
टेररिज्म की परिभाषा को लेकर आम सहमति ना बन पाना ये बहुत दुखद है। आज भी यूनाइटेड नेशंस में इंटरनेशनल कन्वेंशन ऑन कॉम्बैटिंग टेररिज्म कॉन्सेंसस का इंतजार कर रहा है। दुनिया के इसी रवैये का फायदा मानवता के दुश्मन उठा रहे हैं। दुनिया भर की पार्लियामेंट्स को, रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को ये सोचना होगा कि टेररिज्म के विरुद्ध इस लड़ाई में हम कैसे मिलकर काम कर सकते।
Lashkar-e-Taiba has also been banned by Britain, United States of America, Australia and the United Nations besides India. With Israel banning Lashkar-e-Taiba, a step forward has been taken in global fight against terrorism. Let's debate.
I have Israeli commentator and entrepreneur Terry Newman opening the debate with Dr. Saeed Elahi, who's a Islamabad-based political analyst. Terry Newman, could you tell us all and Dr. Saeed Elahi what the thought is behind Israel banning the Pakistan-based terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba and the significance of this at this time?
Well, I mean, yeah, as we are coming up to the 26th of November and we remember the horrendous attacks in 2008, which left 170 people dead and over 300 injured, carried out by Lashkar-e-Taiba, we have to remember the dangers of terror organizations, the reason that they cannot just be allowed to exist. They must be removed from the face of the earth. Now, what we are seeing actually is a coming together of the free world. As you mentioned in the introduction here, it's not just Israel and India that have outlawed them, but the UK, the States, Australia as well. I think for the first time, probably since the end of the Cold War, we are now seeing the world organizing itself properly, understanding that terror organizations must be removed, and that the first stage in doing this is by calling them out as terror organizations. And I'm very glad that the Israeli government has done that now. It should have done it earlier, but better to do it later than never at all.
I agree with you, and I am also a very firm believer that while we in India have taken a very clear position against the Hamas and supporting Israel's right for self-defense by going after the Hamas, we should also declare the Hamas a terrorist group. I hope that happens sooner than later. Now, Dr. Saeed Elahi, you see, when something like this happens, it is important that Pakistan realizes that the days are gone when you could go on the global media and openly say that you support terrorist groups and then blackmail the world. Musharraf said, I am creating the Lashkar-e-Taiba group. You gave a safe haven to Osama bin Laden. Your intelligence agencies were heavily involved in the Mumbai terrorist attacks. It has all come out right now. In fact, there were meetings between the Pakistan Intelligence Service, ISI, and Lashkar-e-Taiba, and that is what was the planning behind the Mumbai attacks. Shame on you, shame on your country for having done this. But the question is, it is going to come back to bite you. You cannot afford to antagonize Israel. You must also understand you can make all kinds of noises. You cannot afford to antagonize the free world. You cannot, beyond a point of time, even exist on planet Earth having antagonized the entire free world. I think you should introspect. Your time is running out. The free world is coming together. You are profoundly bankrupt. China has taken over your territory. Chinese is becoming an official language in Pakistan. This action of Israel should actually make you introspect, because it's not going to stop here. It's going to start here, Dr. Elahi. Please respond. It's not going to stop here. The action against you will start here. It won't stop. It won't stop with the Hamas. It will start with the elimination of the Hamas.
Arnab, first of all...
But it's not going to stop with the Hamas.
I hope you will give me time to talk. First of all, you said shame on us. It should be shame on you to tell a lie about Lashkar-e-Taiba, which is a banned outfit in Pakistan, and its organization workers have been sentenced to death and long punishments. This is one thing. So Lashkar-e-Taiba is banned and punished in Pakistan. So you are shamelessly telling a lie, connecting it with ISI and Pakistan. Number two, it is ridiculous from a country to ban and condemn Lashkar-e-Taiba, which itself is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state, which is bombing innocent people, killing innocent people, bombing hospitals and medical facilities, all embargoes on medical supplies, food and water. And India is also doing the same in Kashmir by doing the same things what Israel is doing in Palestine. So I think it is shame on you and your country who is supporting the atrocities of Israel.
I want to just respond to you about what you said about my country and me.
That's right.
And then I will let Terry respond to you about what you said about Israel. Okay?
We don't recognize Israel at all.
Dr. Saeed Elahi, I will speak to you with respect, but I have to destroy every bit of your argument, which I will.
Okay.
Thank you. No problem. No problem. Shame on you. When I say shame on you, I'm not saying shame on you, so don't take it personally. I mean shame on your country. Because you say that you are dealing with, allow me to complete, you are saying that you are dealing with Lashkar-e-Taiba, and Lashkar-e-Taiba is a banned terrorist organization. Shame on you for lying, because Parvez Musharraf said, I am the greatest supporter of Lashkar-e-Taiba, and the Lashkar-e-Taiba love me. This is your president of Pakistan, so shame on you. Secondly, this was published in the Dawn newspaper of Pakistan, sir. Secondly, shame on you, because you said that Lashkar-e-Taiba has no connection with our army. Shame on you. In February 2009, it was disclosed that there were two serving Pakistan Army colonels. One name was Colonel R. Sadatullah of the Pakistan Army Special Communications Organization, SCO. And one more who were involved in the 26/11 attacks. Thirdly, you say there is no proof that you were behind the 26/11 attack. Your own country's former NSA National Security Advisor said, and I quote, ex-Pak NSA Muhammad Ali Durrani exposed the role of Pakistan in the 26/11 attack while speaking at the 19th Asian Security Conference in Delhi. So you know what? To cover up one lie, don't lie 1,000 times. Now Terry will respond to what you said about Israel. and their action against the elite.
Give me time then to respond to you also.
You
If
respond to both.
Firstly, excellent. So firstly, I think we can see now how dangerous it is when we have nuclear-armed countries that are openly supporting terrorist organizations, that they will justify almost anything. We've seen how dangerous it is as Russia, that is a nuclear-armed country, has started making up stories in order to attack Ukraine. And we're now seeing your colleague here in Islamabad who is making up stories that don't exist, but because they have a nuclear weapon, they can do very serious damage. And that is why Iran must be stopped from getting a nuclear weapon. If ever there is proof for it, this is it. But now let's move on to his actual claims. The claim that Israel is attacking hospitals is just stupid. We know that there's been one attack that was done by Islamic Jihad that's been proven, which was a missile that they sent at one of their own hospitals. We have proof that Hamas has been using hospitals in order to hide hostages, in order to hide weapons, and in order to endanger their own population. And I think I'll just leave your colleague in Pakistan with a very simple sentence, which is Israel uses its army to protect civilians. Hamas uses civilians in order to protect its army. And that is the difference between the forces of light and the forces of dark.
Dr. Saeed Elahi, you've got it straight and square.
Thank you.
I want to confront you again. Would you like to respond before I target you a second time? Would you like to respond?
First of all,
or should I start firing away to expose Pakistan more?
Sir, thank you very much for exposing my country. Please let me talk now. Pakistan, as I said, don't recognize Hamas at all, or don't support their actions or anything which they have done in Israel. We condemn that. But at the same time, the Israeli army and the government is doing atrocities and genocide in Palestine, which has to be condemned. And number two, as my friend was saying, Pakistan as a state doesn't recognize Israel because we consider it is an illegal state which was occupied area. And so that's why we don't have any diplomatic relations with Israel. But at the same time, we also say, because it is a nexus of Israel and India, when
Can you unmute yourself? Can you unmute yourself? Can you unmute yourself, Mr. Elahi? I lost your audio. I think we've completely lost the audio there, but you're getting a sense of what the thinking is, Terry, while I try and get back the audio. You know, I think you made the absolutely valid point out there. Can you unmute yourself, Dr. Elahi? I think this needs to go beyond Hamas. This needs to go. Yeah, can you hear me now, Dr. Elahi?
Yes, sure, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, I lost the last part.
Sir, sorry.
But I think you need to understand you can't bite off more than you can chew.
He was awarded a death sentence by the Supreme Court of Pakistan. So we don't own his words. So if he says so, even then, Lashkar-e-Taiba is banned. Its all members are behind bars or under custody. So they're totally.
How come?
Treated. They have been totally treated.
How come?
And accountability has been done against them.
Dr. Elahi. Dr. Elahi.
Yes, sir.
You cannot disown what you've been doing. You are a blot
Sir, we are
on the face of the earth.
Them. We punished
in 2009, sir, you can't disown it. In 2009, General Athar Abbas, who was the chief spokesperson for the Pakistan military, he confessed that a Pakistani army major had been arrested for connections with David Headley and Tahawur Rana. He acknowledged that there were links between a Pakistan army serving major and the terrorists who planned the attack in Denmark. Do you understand? What Pakistani
Sheriff was an
officers,
illegal
Pakistani
ruler.
army
He
serving
was
and retired
dictator.
personnel.
He captured government. We disown him. He made
You
hostage
can't
of the
disown,
country.
sir. Is
He was a
Lashkar-e-Taiba
dictator.
not based in Pakistan? Okay, is the Lashkar-e-Taiba not based in Pakistan?
Sir, there is no one allowed by any name Lashkar-e-Taiba in Pakistan. They were banned. Operation cleanup was done
You
against
changed
them.
the name. You
Most
call
of
it
them
Jamaat-ud
arrested
Dawa. No,
and
this is
prosecuted.
don't play. Don't no. You are lying. You're lying with a straight
No,
face.
no, sir.
It's like
This is
saying
on oath,
that,
I'm
you know,
telling you,
Osama bin
they
Laden
have
was
been
killed on
arrested
your
and
soil.
prosecuted.
But you will say, if the Al-Qaeda changes its name, it is no longer a terrorist organization? Is it not true that
They
the
changed
Jaish-e
three
Mohammed is
names
responsible
and
for
all
the
of them
Pulwama
banned.
attack? And that is based in Pakistan? Did you not try to block the designation of
Not at all.
Masood Azhar as a global terrorist? Is it not a fact that your army has consistently refused to launch a military
all.
operation in North Waziristan despite the presence of the Al-Qaeda senior leadership and the Haqqani network? You are funding,
So we are
feeding
still doing
and breeding
operation in the
these
same
people.
area
You need
to
to
kill
understand,
those terrorists
sir,
who are
the
in
entire
Afghanistan.
terrorist infrastructure of the
Terrorists are
world has
living
been
in
operating with your
Afghanistan,
support.
Based
Please,
in Afghanistan, attacking Pakistan.
Javed
So
Khan
we
is
are
on the
raiding
debate.
them,
Terry
attacking
Newman.
them and
Sir, you see.
eliminating them.
Javed Khan,
We are eliminating those terrorists.
Javed
based
Khan.
in
I
Afghanistan,
believe,
even
I
attacking
believe,
Pakistan.
I believe that you should take Israel's decision to ban the Lashkar-e-Taiba very seriously. Because
Sir,
what
I
is
said
happening?
It's good.
We are
but
supporting Israel.
it is ridiculous.
Israel is also supporting us,
We have
and
already
we will
banned
all
it.
come together.
Nothing new.
There's going to be a global confederation of countries for freedom, and we'll
Sir,
go
we are
after
part
all the
of
bases, and we
global
are determined
community.
not to end with the Hamas.
44 countries, allied
Whether it's the
forces,
Houthis,
we are part of that.
yesterday, you may have seen the video,
Afghanistan
Terry.
against Russia
I don't know if
and
you saw it.
against terrorists.
The Houthis are releasing videos.
Yes.
Proudly saying we have hijacked a ship.
Sir, we condemn them.
It's a Japanese-operated ship.
We condemn Houthis.
It is a Japanese-operated
support
ship.
them.
It is owned by Israeli businessman, and it was carrying goods for India.
Sir, we don't
This
support
world, Terry,
Houthis.
cannot be a
We
lawless world. I
condemn
think
them.
you saw the video there, Terry. I don't know. You saw the video. I can run clips of it.
Yeah, no,
We condemn
Yes,
I've
Terry.
seen the video. And if I may respond, in fact, the only person that's actually discussing genocide here is your colleague in Islamabad that says that a UN-recognized nation, the state of Israel, the only state of a Jewish people, does not have a right to exist. For some reason, there's over 50 Muslim countries in the world that have a right to exist, but the only one Jewish country in the world, in his eyes, does not have a right to exist. That sounds a lot like genocide to me.
Javed Khan, 1 versus 2.
Because they have taken and captured the land of Palestinians. That's why we declare them illegal.
Yes, I understand. So you think that everybody is illegal? That is not the case. We're not going to go through history. But what I will say, there has been one big lie, and I think this must be dealt with, that people are separating between Hamas and the people of Gaza, as if there is 100,000 Hamas
Sir, we
people
don't
and
support
2.2
Hamas at
million
all.
innocent Gazans. That is a lie. We must recognize that the majority of people in Gaza support Hamas. That is why we saw them celebrating on 10/7. That is also why we've seen them celebrating at every major global terrorist event around the world. That is also what we see in all of the surveys. And therefore, when we see what is happening inside of the Gaza Strip, despite all the efforts that Israel is making not to attack civilian infrastructure, the only way to destroy Hamas as an idea and its ideology is actually to remove all of its instruments of government. We must remove their court system. We must remove their administration system. We must remove any vestiges of the Hamas ideology, just like the denazification of Germany was done. The Nazis were in power from 33 to 45, which was 12 years. Hamas have been in power now for 16 years. And we must get rid of all of their infrastructure of government in order to allow the people of Palestine a future of technology, a future of women's rights, a future of freedom, a future of education. That is what must be done. It is a shame that it's fallen on Israel to do it. It's a shame and a disgrace that 1,200 Israelis were murdered and over 240 have been kidnapped in order for it to happen. But we are now committed to doing it, and the world will be a better and safer place for ourselves, for India and for Pakistan and the entire
I'd like to just bring in Javed Khan before I conclude.
Yeah.
I think Javed Khanji,
people have died.
Israel's decision to ban the Lashkar-e-Taiba. Israel's decision to ban the Lashkar-e-Taiba, Javed Khan, in my view, is a very important moment for Pakistan. You have to realize what is going to happen to you. Because whether it is Houthis, Boko Haram, Lashkar-e-Taiba or ISI, they will all be destroyed. This is probably that moment in your history, your last chance.
Thank you.
Your last
Thank you very
chance.
much.
This is your last chance. No, Javed, don't thank me yet.
Thank you for
the fact is, you are today controlled by Lashkar-e-Jhangvi. The Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, 500 candidates supported by a terrorist group have made their way into your local governance system in Punjab.
Yes.
Can you deny that? You are the only country in the world where terrorists stand. No, you don't have to thank me. I'm just saying it's not going to stop with the Hamas. It is going to start with the Hamas and then go to Lashkar, and go to Jaish-e-Mohammed.
Can I respond? Arnab, can I respond? My response is, the colleague from Tel Aviv said there is a disgrace and shame that 1,200 Israelis were killed. Nobody supported the killing of Israelis in Pakistan. But it is a bigger shame and bigger disgrace that 14,000 civilians were killed in Gaza, including 7,000 children were butchered over there. The whole global community is condemning Israel for the butchery in Gaza. The Gazan civilians are the victims. They were not the perpetrator of crime against Israel. If Hamas did
Javed, you're
whatever
making
Hamas
a statement.
did,
My question to you, Javed Khan, David Coleman Headley gave testimony to an Indian court over video conference. The recording is there, where he said that the ISI sponsored the Mumbai attack and they paid me to recce Mumbai for the attack which happened on 26/11. Do you understand?
Arnab, Israel.
No. It's a testimony in a court.
A terrorist state declaring an organization which has already been proscribed by the United Nations a terrorist outfit. I mean, it is already a settled issue. The United Nations proscribed.
Where is Hafiz Saeed?
A terrorist state
Where is
like
Hafiz Saeed? Where is Hafiz Saeed?
They simply can't do
But
that.
where is Hafiz Saeed then? Where is Hafiz Saeed? No, Javed, where is Hafiz Saeed?
He is under arrest right now.
Yeah, in which jail? In which jail? In which jail? In which jail? In which jail?
He is under arrest.
In which jail? In which jail? In which jail? In which prison? In which prison is he in jail?
In a maximum security prison in Lahore.
That's what you did.
He is imprisoned there. His whole organization has been dismantled in Pakistan. Pakistan does not support terrorism because Pakistan itself is a victim of terrorism. But Israelis, unfortunately,
ladies and gentlemen, I think Israel's decision is important, and we should freely join the global confederation of free countries, and we must stop the institutionalization. This is not going to be a war on the Hamas.